mild weather. There's no other way to say it. It's still warm out there. It's been one summer of a fall we've had so far, Brad.
Yeah, it is still very warm. In fact, many areas are still hovering around 70 degrees at this hour tonight. So really mild air in place for the overnight hours. It will be clear though, so at least it looks great out there. That moon looks gorgeous. Another day of near record highs tomorrow, but here comes the cold front. It arrives on Saturday with much cooler air. There's the front right now. Looks like it should be here any minute, right? But it's got a ways to go. The cold air is actually a little bit further behind the front than even what it appears on the map. You see all this cool air across the Rockies and the northern plains, and we've had one amazingly warm October. In fact, it's running about 7.5 degrees above average, and that's a new average that was just calculated again in the last 10 years. So it's about a degree and a half warmer than last October would have been. If we were using last October's average numbers, that would be close to 9 degrees above average. So it is really, really warm out there, and we've got at least one more warm day. We've also got a very dry pattern. You know, this has been kind of a mini drought going on here in the autumn. We've had abnormally dry conditions centered right over the Charlotte area and parts of eastern North Carolina. So two things we need: some cool air and some rain. Let's see if we can do two of those with this cold front. The problem, I think, is going to be the rain part. The cold air is coming for sure, but you see the front moving through? Wasn't a lot of rain with that. It does come blasting through here on Saturday with much cooler and drier air. The problem is there's just not a lot of moisture with it. We go hour by hour here, and as we go into Saturday morning, pretty warm start to the day. It looks promising initially, but the front starts to push through, and all the moisture just kind of evaporates. We don't have any around, but the cold air comes pouring in. In fact, by Sunday morning, those temperatures will be in the 30s and 40s with gusty northwest winds. And then during the day on Sunday, we're going to struggle to get back to 70. So if you're looking for rain for those overseeded lawns, we've had heat, we've had muggy conditions, and we haven't had rain. All the things you don't want to see if you're trying to get that cool season grass to overseed. And Saturday's our best chance, and I think 30% is probably optimistic, to be honest with you. It might be closer to 10 or 20%. It is going to be bone dry behind that front. Once it arrives on Saturday, dew points are expected to drop real quickly in the morning, and I don't think we'll see dew points back in the 60s for a while. So this will at least give you a chance to open the windows, get some fresh air in the house, get a break from the AC bills. But we've got one kind of warm start today on Saturday, then Sunday. Big change, only 69 for a high with morning lows in the 40s. Beautiful football weather for the Panthers game on Sunday. And this cool weather should be sticking around for a while. Now this should help get the colors really going in the mountains. We're running about a week behind schedule now because of the warm air, but I expect peak color in the highest elevations this weekend. Medium to high, moderate color starting to move down in elevation, and still low color down in the lower elevation. So we're starting to see that color on the move, but these cool nights coming up will accelerate this process. So you probably need to go this weekend to the highest elevations. By next weekend, you're going to have to go to the mid and low level elevations, because right now the high to peak color is above around 4,000 feet, maybe 3,500 feet. You see Mount Mitchell, Black Mountain, the higher peaks there towards Avery and Watauga County, and then the Balsams, and then down towards the Smokies, looking at some pretty good colors. Still very low to moderate color in the valleys, just been way too warm, and this is why. The overnight lows have been warm, but the daytime highs tomorrow will be close to a record high again, up around 88 degrees. But here comes the cool down. Starting Saturday, cold front pushes through. Much cooler for Sunday. Now next week, it starts to warm back up a little bit ahead of that next front, which will be arriving next week. And so we could be back into the mid and upper 70s, which is above average, but then cooling back into the 60s with maybe a better chance of rain by next weekend.
Just a roller coaster.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Brad.